Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Grown Clip Bonsai for Seniors. Today is April 1st of 2025. It's Tuesday. It's 35 degrees Fahrenheit, 2 degrees Celsius. And it's a damp, bitter cold out there. It's like real damp and cold, and it cuts through you like a knife. Today, I have to show you a plant from these two famous scientists. Well, they are friends of mine, and they don't want their last names mentioned, so I'll just reveal their first and middle name. It's Scott Ryan and Ryan Scott, and they were working for in the Epping forest in Essex of the United Kingdom, and they found this most unusual plant, the Aestus Noctis. Now, they sent me a plant, and I got it sitting here because this forest is noted for all its hauntings, its terrible screams, the headless biker. There's a troubling spirit that she'll come and stare at you if you're in the car, and when you stare back, she just disappears. And there's also like a hanging spot where they say if you park your car and put it in neutral, the car will gravitate towards the hill where the hanging tree is. That's something like that. So this tree was found in there, but you got to watch it because I made a mistake of moving it in the evening, and it's got these little suckers that take a bite out of you, and you can see how it took a little bite out of me. And what it does is it's in this forest, and it's in these out of the way spots where it takes a couple of drops of blood out of any warm-blooded animal, and it uses it to supplement its needs from what it doesn't get from the sun because it grows in so much dappled light. But it's not poisonous or nothing. It just gives you a little sting, and I felt that little sting. So I'm going to show it to you. And what they think also is from some of the horrifying screams that come through the night is from its piercing needles when the wind passes through it. So let me show you the plant. Now I have to be very, very careful because this plant has all these little, like 50 to 100 little needles in it that pierce anything that goes by, so it gets its supplemental food. And this is how it looks. I had to put it in a rock, and it's more in a dry condition. But you can see how this tree is. And it looks dead, but it's not, because in the evening these leaves all dry up to think animals think it's dead and they can walk by it, but that's where it gets you, with these little needles in here, if you can see it. Now I put the light on, and if you keep it in, and when the sun comes up, it'll start to turn green again. It's got a very unusual way, but it does scream in the evening. And I mean, Scott and Ryan were telling me that they couldn't believe it because they heard the noise, the screaming noise, and they were walking towards it, and then they found this thing, this rare and unusual plant. So they're still classifying it. They named it Estus Noctis, so one of the Latin words for this tree. But it's a rare find. They found it just like 2 years ago, and it's not open to the public because there's not many of these around. There's maybe about 50 to 100 left, and they're trying to preserve it and figure out how it breeds, how it replicates itself. So they gave me this plant to hold and to try and to see what I can do with it, and we'll go from there. So this is a very rare and unusual plant, but the needles are fierce, so you got to really be careful. I should have wore gloves when I walked by it in the evening. So now it's dormant when it's light out and the sun's coming out, so I'll put it in full sun so it can green up a little bit. and this will keep it in something like a dormant state where it gets its chlorophyll from the sun. But whatever nutrients it's lacking, it does take the blood out of a warm-blooded, either a bird or a gopher or anything that passes by it. But it does scream at night. They can't believe it. They don't know if it's the wind whistling through these needles. It's almost like the suction cup in an octopus where it's got those little suckers inside. So if you want a tree like this and you really want to try it, I suggest you keep it away from your children. And they're not ready available yet. So once I get it, see if I can collect any seeds. Once the needles drop, there is like a seed in the little needle. So we'll see what happens and see if I can get anything to grow. So this is our little show for the first day of April. And like they always say in the bonsai business, it's a nice looking tree, but it's also April Fool. Gotcha. An April Fool's gag. All this is an old aster plant. And Aestus Noctis means scourge of the night in Latin. So I figured I'd get you with a good April Fool's joke today. So you take care, everybody. Have a cup of tea. And this is Tom from Grow Clip Bonsai saying, but the Epping Forest in Essex in the United Kingdom, it is really haunted. So if you're out there, go out there. And Scott from Let's Do Bonsai and Ryan from Hootin' Bonsai, hey, I had to use your guy's name for this. You are the two greatest scientists I know for this type of tree. So you take care, everybody. You have a good day. Have a cup of tea tonight and enjoy the day. And bundle up. It's cold out there.